Richard Eungel admitted that he repeatedly molested a teenage girl known to him. He pleaded guilty to second-degree criminal sexual conduct before Presiding Judge Alberto Lamorena in Superior Court Tuesday morning. But Eungel won't have to spend another day in prison if he follows the court's order and the terms of his plea deal. The prosecutor negotiated and gave Eungel a deferred plea agreement, allowing him to instead serve probation for the next 2 years. This means if there are no violations reported by adult probation services during that time frame, the charges against Eungel will be dismissed and expunged from his criminal record.
You do not threaten assault to harass her. You find out you're doing any of those things, I'll be seen as a violation and you'll serve your 5 years at the Department of Corrections. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prosecuting attorney Christine Tenorio told the court the plea deal was in the best interest of Eungel's accuser.
It was her wish, as well as her lawyer's wish, that we defer the plea agreement. They were all in agreement, which is why they signed the plea agreement. It's unusual for the Attorney General's office to have victims sign it, but that's why we had her and her lawyer sign it to signal to the judge that this is what she wanted, because they said, they would rather him be on probation and any violation would warrant the Attorney General asking for the entrance of the guilty plea upon the violation. They do think that it was important that Mr. Eungel be on probation so that we can monitor him, and these were the wishes of the victim and her lawyer. I just want to clarify, when a victim says that they do not want to testify, I actually do not take them for that and then give a lower plea agreement. It was in this particular case where all the parties involved thought that it would be detrimental to her mental health. That's actually what occurred. It's not actually that common, Your Honor. I am actually able to get victims to testify. There are very rare circumstances in which we do this, but in this particular case, I think that her mental health as a minor and as a victim of this type of crime warrants this type of plea.
As we reported, Eungel was arrested in 2021 after the victim, who was 15 at the time, reported the molestation to authorities. The victim then saying it started back in 2017. In court today, the judge granted defense's request to allow Eungel to move back to his family home where the abuse occurred. Prosecutors did not object, noting the victim no longer lives there. Meantime, Eungel is scheduled to appear back in court on February 7th. Julian Hernandez, KOAM News.